Welcome to Guyana News Update. In this video, we bring you crucial insights directly from Dr. Caleb MacClogon, a local doctor who was present at the autopsy of little Adrianna Younge ***. Joining a meeting before the process began, Dr. MacClogon met with 3 forensic pathologists provided by the government, along with attorney Darren Wade, family members, and the grandmother. He shares his perspective on the autopsy results and the ongoing investigation. Dr. MacClogon states that the cause of death has been confirmed as drowning. However, he explains some limitations they face during the process. When he asked the pathologists if they could determine the specific time of death, afternoon, night, or morning, they indicated it was impossible based on the current state due to the time passed. He also inquired if they could determine the source of water found in the lungs, whether it was from a tap or a pool, but received a negative response on their ability to do so. Dr. MacClogon notes that determining the water source might be difficult because water naturally present in the lungs could dilute substances like chlorine. With the cause of death established, the focus now shifts to determining the manner in which she died by drowning, such as if it occurred in a bathtub or a pool. This is where law enforcement comes in. Attorney Darren Wade has already engaged the government to bring in independent help from organizations like the FBI and Scotland Yard. The family and their lawyer, with Dr. MacClogon's support, are seeking an independent probe from outside Guyana, specifically wishing for nobody from the Guyana Police Force, Defense Force, or Fire Service to be involved, as they desire individuals independent of influence. This independent investigation is also expected to look into the delay in discovering the young lady's body. Dr. MacClogon acknowledges the lack of confidence felt by many in the local law enforcement agency due to past gaps and delays. He highlights that one objective is to understand why it took so many hours, 16 to 17 hours, before a missing child report was taken seriously. Samples of bodily fluids have been taken and will be sent for a toxicology report to be thoroughly examined and tested. This is to investigate possibilities like the injection of a tranquilizer, especially as there were no marks of violence observed. Dr. MacClogon does express that the only aspect that personally baffles him are the bruises observed on the forehead, arms, and around the knee. Crucially, Dr. MacClogon makes a heartfelt plea to the public to stop the burning and violence occurring in Georgetown and around the country. He stresses that while protesting is permissible, burning and breaking into properties is not. He describes the horrible impact of the unrest, including hearing gunshots near the maternity ward at the hospital, causing fear among doctors and staff. He urges everyone to allow the process to continue and let the independent investigators do their work. Stay tuned to hear Dr. MacClogon's full message and his appeal for calm as the investigation into Miss Adrianna Younge's death moves forward.
All right, good evening, guys. Good evening, good evening. Good evening, good evening, good evening, guys. So I know a lot of persons share the live. I need this to get out there. First of all, I think what we're doing there in Georgetown and around the country, I don't think it's warranted. I'm going to explain why. Y'all don't come for me so quick. Don't come for me so fast. Now, I had the opportunity to be present as a doctor, a local doctor, in the autopsy of Miss Adrianna Younge. Like I mentioned to you guys earlier, I was on point with everything about the time we were trying to start the autopsy. I was on point with the time it would have taken to have the process completed. I was on point with everything. Now, before the process started around 12:30 today, we had a meeting with the three doctors, Dr. Glenn, Dr. Collins, and Dr. Paul. Myself, attorney at law Darren Wade, so Brian, Amicia, Amika, the grandmother, the whole family. We had a meeting with the three forensic pathologists that the government provided for the family. Now, the moment I walked into that meeting, like I continue to share my views that before even going to the meeting, I knew, like many others, that this young lady was drowned, right? Somebody drowned her, or cause of death was drowning. We knew this. The moment the pathologists, they were talking, I interrupted them. Again, the family members can attest to this. Mr. Wade can attest to this also. I said, listen, I need you guys to do two things for me. The first thing you're going to help us with, this is what I want you guys to do, to determine time of death. Now, because of the time, rigor mortis and all these things, they're actually got no value after so many days. I asked them if they can tell us time of death, not time of death in terms of the hour. If they can tell me if she died the afternoon, the night, or the following morning. I made that quite clear. The doctors informed me that based on the time, it's a bit impossible to determine that. So right away, I knew at that point in time that, it wouldn't have helped us a lot, because one of the things we really wanted to know, again, we didn't want the hour. We wanted to know if this young lady died between 3:10 to midnight, between midnight to morning, from morning to whenever her body, day clean to whenever her body was found. That was one of the main purposes, right? Secondly, I said to them, now, when we go in and we find water in her lungs, those are my exact words. When we go in and we find water in her lungs, I want you guys to be able to tell me or tell us if this water came from a tap pipe or if this water came from the pool. Will you guys be able to determine this for us? They responded also in a negative. So all the time, we know cause of death. Now their job was to determine the cause of death. Confirm the cause of death. They have done that. They have confirmed the cause of death. All right? Now, it's up to law enforcement. Now, guys, mention law enforcement. Now, I know you're going to get even more rage and anger because of what is happening. But the lawyer, Mr. Wade, already engaged the government to bring on board. I don't know if you guys were listening to his live on Gordon, to engage the FBI, Scotland Yard, whoever, to have an independent probe into the manner in which she died by drowning. If it was in a bathtub, if it was in the pool, whatever the case is. And that is where law enforcement comes in. That is the part I cannot talk about. So do not be running around telling people take money and so on. Ain't got no way in a million years anybody could pay me for that young lady's life. So y'all don't stop with the nonsense. I did my part and I did it honestly. So we going on the road and burning down, and do not wait. Let this thing go. Let the process. Oh my God. Again, I am trying not to use the word law enforcement or the police. I'm trying not to use that word. Mr. Wade has already engaged the government about getting help from the FBI and Scotland Yard to have an independent probe into why it took. I gotta use it again. Law enforcement, so many hours to discover that young lady's body. All right, guys? So I'm humbly asking you guys, right? Stop the burning. Let us just let the process continue. We all knew before that this whole thing happened, we all knew what took place. Now, we have confirmation that it was water in the lung. But unfortunately, guys, we cannot determine, based on what the forensic specialists they have said to me, whether or not the water came from the pool. Reason being also, right? It can be because of osmosis. It can be because the lung generally have a bit of water inside. Can dilute the chlorine. I don't. This part, I'm being honest with you, I'm humble enough to let you guys know that that is out of my reach. I was trying to do the research to see where we can have the liquid. They have pieces of every part of the body being that was examined that will be processed meticulously. They keep using this word meticulously. I have never seen an autopsy. I don't like using autopsy. People get vexed when I use it. Necropsy. Got a reason why. But it's a long story since in Cuba, first year medicine. I have a preference over necropsy, although necropsy, according to modern definition, is doing it on animal. Is that they separate it. But you can't do autopsy. You can't examine your dead self. That's why I don't believe in. So that's why I keep using the word necropsy for the persons who keep talking nonsense about malapropism and so on. Anyhow, again, let Scotland Yard, the FBI, whoever, the family and their lawyer, with my opinion of also, basically engage to help us do this independently. We want nobody from Guyana. We understand that. They keep repeating it. I understand that. They don't want anybody from Guyana, nobody from the Guyana Police Force, nobody from the Guyana Defense Force, nobody from the Guyana Fire Service. No. They want somebody who is independent of influence. So guys, I'm humbly asking you. This is not for likes. This is because I want to be damaging the country every time we don't agree on something. Y'all can come for me. I don't mind. Right? Come for me, I don't mind. Like I said, we have the cause. Now we have to determine the manner in which she succumbed. We know that it was due to drowning. Now we got to know how she drowned. We got to wait for the toxicology report also. We already located the lab. We already did all of this. We'll be sending all of the bodily fluids to be thoroughly examined and tested on. Because we got to look and see if somebody injects you with some tranquilizer, there's a reason why you see no mark of violence. We got to. Don't let us be jumping to conclusions. All right? Don't let us be jumping to conclusions. They did everything. Like the family said, she was not raped. We didn't see any broken parts. Nothing of the sort. All right? The only thing that have me a bit baffled, and this is just my personal opinion, are the bruises, right? As you guys know, the discoloration on the forehead, on the arms, and also around the knee. That's the only thing that has me baffled about this whole process. But other than that, everything else went according to protocol, according to law. So guys, please tell your neighbor, son and daughter, let me come off the road and let me hope for the best. Let me work together to try to get to the bottom of this. Today, the whole thing nearly canceled because people, imagine you that doing, we have international specialists here and hearing gunshots. I never see doctors so afraid yet. We cannot be doing these things, guys. I'm begging you. I know, oh God, again, I'm ready for the heat. Y'all come for me. If I tell you, we're going to confirm the cause, that we look for the manner, we're going to go out the country and look for the manner, we're going to do that. Darren Wade said he engaged the president, he said engage the government. Let us see where that goes. Again, you guys don't have to worry. We do understand. We do understand that nobody has confidence right now in our law enforcement agency because there were so many gaps and so many delays. But let us just and if at the end of the day the process shows that she just drowned naturally, guys, we gotta hope that it never happens again, that it gotta take you 24 hours or how many hours after, that was how many hours, 16, 17 hours after, before you take a missing child report serious. That is one of the objectives here also. All right? So please, guys, I understand the frustration. Please help us. We have a beautiful country. We have beautiful people. But there are some bad apples among us. And we can't let the bad apples make us look bad. All right? I ain't care what come out of it. We got to get to the bottom of it. But burning the road and so on is not the way. You can protest. Nobody can say you can't protest. But burning, going and breaking in people's place, like I see somebody break, I know it's a Chinese or whatever. Let me try and avoid that, guys. All right? Today, the nurses complain on the maternity ward. Imagine, you that in labor. You have a gunshot from a pump rifle nearby, like 100 feet away from you. You ever heard the sound of that? Picture a mother in labor. And got to be hearing the about to give birth, bring somebody into this world. I got to hear the amount of violence. It was horrible today. Anyhow, man, before again, Miss Webster, like I said, I don't know. We confirmed the cause of death. Now we're going to look for the manner of death. Let me go home and sleep, and tomorrow, let's wait for the update. All right, guys? Do have a good night. Just know I love you guys. I did my best. I am so tired. You won't believe how tired I am. I had to leave before they delivered the report because of what happened there. I was expecting that. So I had to leave. That's why I was not there with the family at that point in time. All right? So Miss Wilson, I disappointed you? Wow. Miss Wilson, I disappointed you? You want me to come here and lie? I gave you the facts. I told you to the limitations we had. Now the only thing that can help us now is eyewitness account. And I'm a doctor. I cannot determine that. Scotland Yard, FBI. Those are the two organizations they're looking at right now for help. All right, guys? Love you guys. Stay safe and come off the road.